Hey you guys, it's Janine here, and today we're going to be talking about different ways for you to actually become a happy taxpayer. Now I know this video might come as a little bit of a surprise for some of you, maybe those of you that know me in real life know that I talk about this frequently, but I think it's important, especially with the upcoming election, to understand why paying taxes isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, none of us like to see money come off our paychecks and go directly to the government. I'm sure we would all rather keep that amount of money in our bank accounts. And it can be frustrating when we hear about all these different types of maybe mismanagement of funds in the news and the media. But when it comes down to it, paying taxes is something that if you can get to be at peace with, you're going to find yourself in a much better, happier, and more productive environment. Now, there are things that our taxpayer dollars go to ensure that we live in a society that is easy to function in. So things like education, things like healthcare, and ultimately the employment of thousands of people across many different provinces as well as across the country. So projects like building ring roads around cities, roads are obviously covered by the government, but our taxpayer dollars go to actually employing these people and ensuring that there are a lot of jobs in the current economic climate. One of the projects here in Alberta that is a great example of a use of taxpayer dollars is Efficiency Alberta. We, as a province, spent $300 million to get $850 million of economic growth within our province, which is a 3 times return on the investment that was actually put into that project. So when we start to think about government dollars this way, you can actually kind of become a little bit more at peace with where your money is going. Now, I wanted to address some of the naysayers that will probably jump into the comment section below and say that it would be much easier if we all just had to pay for everything ourselves, and there is a lack of efficiency in these government areas. And while there is always going to be inefficiency, I think that that can probably be true for your personal finances as well. When it comes down to it at the end of the day though, utilizing the dollars that we all collectively put into things is actually quite efficient. I just discussed how we were able to see a 3 times ROI on our investment right here in the province of Alberta. While it can be painful to see that money leave your bank account, or maybe it pulls at your heartstrings in April when you owe a 5-figure tax bill, one of the ways to actually get ahead of this is to ensure that you are calculating what you will owe on a monthly or maybe quarterly basis so that you aren't surprised at the end of the year. Now, calculators like Simple Tax or EY's calculator for income and taxes, I'll leave both of the links in the comment section below, are great resources that you can use to ensure that you are budgeting appropriately and saving up if you do have a large tax bill. And I know most people love to get refunds, but it is actually more beneficial for you to hold on to that money longer and maybe earn a higher savings rate with something like maybe EQ Bank earning 2.3%, and then ultimately paying the government that money while you get to keep the return on that money. These are a couple of different ways that you can mitigate some of the surprises at tax time, and hopefully it will allow you to be a little bit more at peace and become a happy taxpayer. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below.